Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Just So I am playing Final Fantasy XIV. Last episode I wish I remembered what I did, because I don't. In any case, in this episode we're gonna go and continue with the main story, or the MSQ. Well, I expect you're eager to be on your way. Did I mention your friend was looking for you, Kupo? If not, Alfino is looking for you. I'll be waiting just outside, stretching my wings. Let me know when you're ready to depart. To the best of my knowledge, we have all we need for our trip to Zenith, and I believe the Elder Cityr and her retinue will soon be making a journey back to Gridania. It would be remiss of us, I think not to convey our gratitude to them prior to going our separate ways, shall we? Alfin Olin, I do humbly thank you for what has been a most enlightening experience. Were it not for your pioneering spirit, the existence of these moguls might never have been revealed to us. Tis we who should be grateful, Elder Cityr. Were it not for your timely diplomacy, they would never have chosen to reveal themselves at all. And 'twas your presence, Kupalo Cop, that ultimately won us their trust. It must have taken great courage to leave the sanctuary of the 12 Woods, and we are exceedingly glad that you did. It was my pleasure, Kupo. I've made so many new friends, and have so many fantastic tales to tell my kinsmogul back home. And it is to our home that we must now return. May you ever walk in the light of the crystal, my friends. Safe journey, Elder Cityr. We too must be on our way. Grace Felger awaits. Warrior of Light, pray attend closely to your companion, Sir Estinian. Beneath that stoical facade, a storm of anguish seethes unseen. Our edgy boy, Estinian. Estinian. I'm the worst. But also, not just the worst, no. Whether or not it's in a good or a bad way is for you to decide. Have you said your goodbyes and dabbed away your tears, Kupo? Then we are indeed ready to go. As Chieftain Moglin already explained, the shiny instrument we gave you is the best means of grabbing Grace Felger's attention. I'll come along and show you the way to Zenith. That's the big palace where you need to blow the horn. First things first, though, we need to make for the Asa. Oh, and watch out for rampaging dragons. Maybe that should have been the first thing, Koopa. Right, is there any more blue quests in here? No, there's only this one. Roadkill. Metal Gear. You aren't thinking of heading towards Asa, are you? Best watch yourself if you are. Archaeosaurs stalk the roads for an easy meal. If only someone could drive them away, Koopa. Oh, you seem the type for dragon hunting. Why don't you slay three of the Archaeosaurs and open the road back up for Mogul traffic? Once it is done, let Mockmont and Asa know. Right, so now I have two side quests. Two. Let's see if I can get to the other one. Some bit over this way. Not the poison. Poison! The food's poisoned! Can I even reach them from here? I should be able to. And there's actually over here some. Somebody wants. Anyway. Shoot them. Anyway, here's the new move, by the way. Where you just do a flipping. Where's that? Like, I can't even properly see what happens with this. You like do a freaking... You do a kick in the air and then you shoot at the same time. It's interesting. In any case, it looks cool. There we go. That's those done. Can I get up on the mountain over here? No. No. Bum, bum. It's a little bit unfortunate that it's this dark though. Actually makes it difficult for me even to see. Can I not jump down here? You know, my friends, I'm gonna be right back. Alright, I have returned. Oopsie. And it's suddenly day, wow. Another little side note, there is some work happening outside, so you may hear some noise coming from that eventually. There's also a cat in my room, and she's very much trying to get my attention. Which I can't really give right now. Right. Let us shoot his dragons. There you go. Shoot her! Ah yes, time to cull the dinosaur population. Are dinosaurs dragons? You know, maybe that's something I should have thought about earlier in this game. Are dinosaurs dragons? I guess in ff14, yes. And maybe in real life too. Maybe the stories of the dragons were just stories of people running into dinosaurs. You know, the more you know, I guess. But then the opposite, because it's not fact. I'm just spouting random nonsense to talk over me doing not particularly very interesting things at the moment. No, well, I guess it depends on who you ask. There are definitely people out there who would find this interesting. Or who just like me in general. I'd with that. I guess I'm gonna go back to Markholm and get this other ether current. me actually check because I haven't checked. Northwest, okay. Yeah, no, but I'll go back to Marco once I've got the Aetheryte, I've seen it. Then I can just go forward and back, and then forward and back. Can't wait until we get there. To that freaking song. Such a piece of music excellence. Now you can also hear a dog in the background, perhaps. What a busy day today. Oh well, the world doesn't stand still. Especially not when I'm recording. I would say that it's the opposite. The world tends to wake up when I'm recording. Moss dragon. Is that someone from below? How did you get past the Archaeosaurus infesting the road? What? Moxie asked you to stay them for him? It's just like him to depend on the kindness of strangers. We've barely been able to venture outside of Asa for fear of being attacked. Now thanks to you, the roads are just a little safer, Koopa. Nice. And now I am level 55. Let's swap to, I guess, Dark Knight. I even have like an upgrade. Well, I did get this sword, so. No armor upgrade yet. Things were a bit bitey for a while there, but I think we've arrived in one piece, Koopa. I wonder what had a dragon so awfully snappy. I mean, the bad ones are always bad, but they seem worse than usual. Hello. That is an upgrade. Maiming, striking, scouting. Because I need the ranged one also. Let's go and get this done. Well. So far the glamour. Then there's aiming, healing, and casting. Yeah, I thought as much. Dang it. Let me see that because I do have... I didn't get any upgrades yet for these two, so... That's a little bit unfortunate. Then I will just get the one that looks the best. We may have a small problem, Koopa. When the winds are high like this, Racefelger invariably abandons his lofty perch and heads to the lands below to hunt. If you tried blowing the horn now, I doubt he'd hear it. I suggest we stop at the clearing up ahead and rest until the wind dies down. Where is the next ether current? Northeast. Northeast? Huh. I guess we'll see if we get there with the main story. We should normally. This should do nicely, Koopa. The winds will likely have died down by tomorrow, but until then, we might as well make ourselves comfortable. If we must interrupt our journey so close to its end, I suppose this is as good a place as any. And mayhap a brief respite from the harshness of the road will help to clear our minds in readiness for the coming parley. Very well. Then I believe a campfire is in order. Leave the gathering of fuel to me. I acquired a keen nose for firewood during my time in the frozen waste of Curthus. Clear our minds. Tis Master Elf, you know, whose mind needs clearing. The thought of meeting a great worm in the flesh has befuddled the boy. Would you see him stall away, as if these ruins were not crawling with deadly beasts? Follow him then, and see that the wildlife does not make a meal out of our young friend. We will have the camp ready by the time we return. Yeah, I expected as much. God dang it. It got me good. You know, I've been thinking about something. There's a certain move. Huh. There's a certain Dark Knight move I'm gonna get, and I thought that it was on my 4 button instead of Dark Mind. So I may need to change that. I guess we'll see when we get it. There we go. I don't even care. This is not Eureka, so I can just walk away without too many issues. The enemies give up relatively quickly. I see I was right to worry about the boy's safety. Once Alfino returns with the wood, we can see about supper. The Ice Queen has filled a pot with what looks like stew ingredients, ready for the fire. Ah, few things compare to the simple pleasures of sitting beside a crackling campfire of one's own making. Huh, so to speak as the great explorer. Until recently you wouldn't have recognized firewood if it came with kindling and a flint. 'Tis well you instructed me so patiently, then. But yes, left to my own devices, I would have been compelled to signal to Isaiah with a pile of damp leaves. I was born the pampered son of a Charlian dignitary, and, alongside my twin, became the youngest student ever to be accepted into the studium. How proud I was to match wits with the scholars and philosophers. How ignorant of mine own shortcomings. That hubris invited manipulation and betrayal, and led to the downfall of the science. We all of us are guilty of similar ignorance. How many men lay down their lives, never knowing what it is that they fight for, never questioning that which they have been taught to believe? It was only upon meeting Hraesvelgr that I learned the truth hidden within our history. Were it not for that chance encounter, I would never have vowed to tear down the Holy See, and expunge the falsehoods with which it fans the flames of conflict. I would have lived and died in ignorance. But the truth has driven me to do terrible things I cannot deny. But I would rather sit in the pursuit of peace than imagine myself virtuous for perpetuating a needless war. If this journey has taught me anything, it is the importance and difficulty of holding to one's conviction in the face of failure, of striving always to replace one's ignorance with knowledge. You are well on your way, Master Alfino. At your age I was but a fool swinging with a spear, with scarcely a thought in my mind, or my head, whatever. Even now I struggle to acknowledge the misconceptions under which I have labored. Sitting here amongst these grand ruins, how can I deny that man and dragon once lived in peace? But for all that such an age existed, we are now in a time of war. Nidhogg killed my family, and no quirk of history will exonerate him. I may be ignorant of how the Dragonsong War began, but if we do not put an end to this conflict now, I can say for a certainty it will only breed more vengeful souls, such as mine. In my hand resides the power to vanquish a great worm. If Ishgard's survival rests on me wielding that power, I will slay Nidhogg myself, orders or no. Estinian, you gave your word. My word is contingent upon the success of our parlay. Show me the strength of your convictions, Lady Iceheart. Convince Hraesvelgr of the righteousness of your cause. Doubt not but that I shall, Dragoon. Well, wind's willing, we shall have our answers on the morrow. Let us sleep now and face our fate with the rising of the sun. So this is the aiming thing. Of course. And the healing robe. I'll get the aiming one. Right. Let me also go and equip that. I will probably change my my glamour at some point again, but at the moment I'll just run around with like a mixed match of weapons and gear. The campfire was so cozy, I must have fallen asleep, Koopa. But do you feel how the winds have shifted? They will have borne Hraesvelgr back to the skies above Zenith, I'm sure of it. This is your chance to climb to the highest floor of the palace, and summon him with a toot on that shiny horn. So, I'll be heading back now, if it's all the same to you. Good luck, Koopa, it was nice knowing you. Did my mind speed increase? Yeah, I did. Nice. Very good. And now we have arrived at the Zenith. But we shall, of course, go back first. Many thanks, Baker, for the adventure. Finally, I can enjoy a bath without the smell of raw dragonfish assaulting my senses. Say, a dip in the waters might serve to freshen you up as well, Koopa. Wow, rude. Why you gotta be so rude? There's a lot of hair over here. Ugh. This morning I caught my cat crawling over my freaking desk, which is illegal. The one place where she is not allowed to do that. Where's that one bomb freaking out? That was weird. What are they doing when I go upwards? When I go up a slope, they do really weird stuff. Look at them. You okay, buddies? Because I don't really feel like you are. Bum, bum, bum. Ah, here's the Ether card. Gotcha. And there's another one all the way to the east, which makes sense, I think. Maybe. Anyway. Cutscene time. Yes, there is, like, this is voice acted in theory, but it's in dragon speech. So, for the sake of immersion, I will not be reading the text of any of the dragons, probably. Just because it becomes really painful. So if you're interested in this dialogue, you should probably read it yourself.
Grace Velga. By the 12. Mine ears hear the tongue of dragons, yet the meaning rings clear within my mind. How can that be?
Racevelga, do you not remember me? 'Twas I whom you found in Dravania. I who glimpsed the truth. The truth about your past. About Shiva. But speak it I must. I have summoned Shiva's soul from the beyond and offered myself as her vessel. She has made her heart known to me. I have surrendered mine to her. Do you not see, my love? I am Shiva reborn. Then the spirit that answered me.
Be that as it may, Lord Hraesvelgr, Izel's desire to heal the rift between man and dragon is real, and it has borne us this far. We would spare both our kind and yours the ravages of this senseless war. Pray join your voice to ours in a call for peace and forgiveness.
Your tale bears scant resemblance to the one I was taught. How convenient that it should absolve your kind of all responsibility. But tell me, Dragon, why should I believe your version of events?
Ishgard's so-called heretics.
Sale orn nesh iratatoska kin for elna. Is nesh dokin an.
Then the seed lies within us.
Is ros esh idran. Oloson inizek. Non nish I esk diedran en. Wa ulwa skola es alakin el andranken. Mondo.
Ye gods! I have borne witness to such a transformation. Looked on as a heretic assumed the shape of a dragon. I imagined it some manner of Dravanian enchantment. But if any Ishgardian, regardless of allegiance, has such potential within them, 12 forgive us. To think of all the dragons we've slain!
War ulmon alaan as drao. Kawol smain kol su thrahal seskmoni se an in kinizeg.
Oft have I wondered why Nidhogg did not simply raze Ishgard to the ground. Now I have my answer. He has no intention of winning the Dragonsong War, for it is no war at all, but vengeance, an eternal requiem sung for his murdered sister.
In ice in drao, ale inia in.
I have not come this far only to admit defeat. We can still return the eye to Nidhogg and beg forgiveness for our ancestors' crimes. Mayhap our words will sway him.
Ja an, lis as an in la tu ole ul in an hers isu. Mik du set in sohi, nosta no lis as dui for fa in. Ka an isi a uldran as niseg for, in lai as nesh I an iratatoska. In sith son ishi eskfa ulgar los an. Snosk for an, non an lis I an. Skorn I lens an. Skola.
Hraesvelgr was every bit as awe-inspiring as I imagined. His voice fairly dripped with power. Sorry, I burped. The will behind his words so undeniable that it transcended my ignorance through a dragon's tongue. It's but a pity that I misliked what he said. So far did we travel, even unto the very heavens themselves, only to be dismissed like unruly children, and far from mitigating this humiliation, the hidden truths we have learned serve only to prove that our grand mission of peace was destined to fail from the first. Nothing will deter Nidhogg from his course.
Well, what do you propose we do now? I, for one, am intent on continuing to the east.
What is there to be found in the east?
Nidhogg's lair, the Eyrie, is said to lie in that direction. And the eye tells me he is near.
You cannot still mean to slay him.
You cannot still mean to stop me. I have been true to my word, and aided you in this fool's errand with Hraesvelgr. But your efforts at parley have come to naught, Lady Iceheart. I would see Ishgard saved, and for that, Nidhogg must die.
With the tale of our ancestors' vile betrayal yet ringing in your ears, you speak of continuing this war?
Nay, lady. I would but pierce its vengeful heart. When Nidhogg dies, this war shall die with him.
A moment, Estinian. You yourself spoke of the Great Worm's strength, that you believed him powerful enough to raise your city to the ground. How then are we few to challenge him? Even behind the stout walls of Ishgard, with an army of knights manning the defenses, our victory would be hard won. Yet you propose to contend with the beast in his own lair.
In close combat, this will afford us an advantage. And with two Azure Dragoons working in unison, who can say what might be possible? But such speculation is meaningless if we cannot even find the worm. Our first task must be to seek out Nidhogg's lair.
The story of this nation grows bloodier by the moment. Must death always be answered with more of the same?
Such is the way of things, I fear. I shall consider it a miracle if mine armor is not stained crimson ere this conflict is ended.
That I should be blinded by my own lies. Everything I believed, everything I thought I was, gone. All gone.
Leave her. Your words will not reach her now. And we have not the time to wait for her to gather up the pieces of her shattered faith.
And that, my friends, is where we're going to end it off. Hope you enjoyed this episode of just us playing Final Fantasy XIV. And next episode, we are going to go and look for Nidhogg's lair and see how we are going to proceed. Goodbye.